Everyone wants to think that they're special, whether that's in a good way or in a bad way. You might think you're special just because you do some extra habits that someone else doesn't do. You might think you're special because your situation is worse than someone else's. For example, um, right now I'm really struggling with this because a part of your brain always wants to think that it's special and the situation you're having right now is way different and more complex, harsher, or worse than someone else's situation. So you are the exception to the law that this thing you're trying to do works. For example, many people that have problems with their bodies, that are fat, that are way too skinny, that want to build muscle or lose fat, they always think that their situation is different from someone else that had the same goal and did the habits that ended up giving them the result they wanted. They think that their schedule is way harder. The everything was the consequences of not meeting the deadlines they should meet is tougher, and it's all good. It's understandable, but as Alex says, you are a perfect snowflake. You are the main character in your own world, okay? Alex Harmos didn't say that, but what he did say is you are right. This doesn't work for you if you don't want it to work for you. So what's the point? Like now what? Okay, you are destined to fail. Now what? Now what are you gonna do? You don't have the comforting feeling anymore, or that you are not going to succeed, So you are correct. Like, you are going to fail. Okay, let's say you're destined to fail. Now what? What are you gonna do now? What's the next step? Are you gonna die? Are you gonna stay like this for the rest of your life? Now what? Like, let's say for me, for example, like, I'm also speaking to myself. Mostly I'm speaking to myself right now. I want to build a business. I want to build my social standing. I want to build a social brand. And I went to school because that's what I want to build in the future, in the very, very, very close and not distant future. But I went on a school community that helps you go from a free to paid community, and I made a thread about sustainability. Right now, I'm working a part-time job. I have university. I'm working out. I am doing this, and I got caught up in all of this mumbo jumbo online that you should do high quality, high edits, high this, high that, and it didn't make sense to me. But I fell into the trap that I need to do more work, more perfect videos, perfect script, perfect this, perfect that, and in reality, you shouldn't. And I got there was a lot of pressure on me because one, I wasn't putting out any value. I wasn't working on any goal. I wasn't working on the things I should have worked in. And then I simply stopped doing everything because I prioritized the wrong things. Because really, I fell into the trap. All of the pressure in my life, and it made me feel like I'm a snowflake. It made me feel like I have the different schedule, the different life from someone else, the different whatever. And that made me complacent, I guess. I made me think, okay, it's correct, it's okay to quit because I am the snowflake, I am the exception to the rule. No one is going to be mad at me if I quit because everyone might think, because my opinion is biased after I tell them my sob story, they would think that, yeah, you did the correct thing, you felt pressured, so good job, you quit the thing that was making you feel bad. But in reality, I quit what I wanted to do because it felt hard. Like, I failed. I didn't pass through the period of hard. It's like going through SEAL training and not passing through Hell Week. Not so extreme, but you get what I mean. And there's the other spectrum of things that people think they are different from other people. Like, they are better because they're doing some good habits. I can't argue. Like, good. You're meditating. You're eating whole foods. You're not eating overprocessed bullshit. you're meditating, you're journaling, you're touching grass. But like building a business and doing the good habits that you think will push you forward towards a certain goal doesn't make you better than everyone else. It does make you better than people that have the same goal as you. But 100%, what's 100% certain? It does make you better than yourself like a month ago. Your goal is to become better than yourself. The goal is to become better than your past self. The goal isn't to think, actually, there isn't even a goal anymore. Like, you are not better than your classmates. You are not better than other people in the gym. You are not better than your friend group if you're just doing goals that benefit you and move you towards a certain goal. If the other people in your circle don't have the same goal as you, you are not better than them. It's like comparing Mike Tyson with Picasso. Why would you do that? Like, okay, Picasso, if we are comparing boxing abilities, of course Mike Tyson is better, but if we are comparing drawing, what the fuck? Who is Mike Tyson? You cannot take, like, it's the same saying as, like, you cannot judge a goldfish by its ability to climb a tree. So it's the same thing. You cannot judge people and make fun of people because they're not moving towards the same goal as you. Maybe they're moving in their own direction. It's not a maybe. They're 100% moving in their own direction. And people that have the same goal as you, and you think, they have their own path. They have their own goals. They have their own things they need to do. And the dumb thing is, we think that if someone has the same vague goal, the same vague ideas of life, if they're playing the same game as us, which is life, then we have a predetermined some predetermined quests, some predetermined tasks we have to do to become better than everyone else. That's not true. If you are playing to get more money, some people want to do school, like me. Some people want to do social media. Some people want to do boxing. Some people become football players. Some people go into brick and mortar business. Some people do e-commerce. Some people do SMMA. Whatever it is, if your goal is to make more money, but the vehicle that takes you to that goal is different, then you cannot compare yourself to someone else. Like, you cannot compare like Alex Hormozi to Bill Gates. Sure, they have the same goals, but like, they have their own path, they have their own vehicles that will take them to the goal they are aspiring to achieve. So don't think you are better. It's an ego game. It's like egotistical, and you're letting your ego win if you think you're better than everyone else just because you do some good habits. It makes you complacent, and it makes you compare yourself to other people in a bad way. Sure, you can compare people. Actually, fuck it. Don't compare to people. Fuck that completely. Compare to yourself yesterday. Did you do more work? Did you do the things that you said you were going to do? Focus on input, not on output. And right now, I'm not speaking to you only. I'm speaking to myself. Because in this period of my life, I've struggled to be consistent. And I have a video like 4 weeks ago that says consistency over volume. And it's highly hypocritical that I'm saying consistency over volume, and yet I don't put either consistency or volume. The person that I made the thread in the post in the community told me the same thing. Like, he didn't say you're hypocritical, but I'm sure he wanted to. I'm sure he meant it. I feel it, There's this part that you always want to be thought of as special, and yet you're not. We are not special. We're playing the same game. You and me, we're in the same space. We are just going through life. We are promised death. We are promised nothing else other than death. So why not shape our lives? Why not compare to ourselves? Why are we always comparing ourselves to other things, artificial things? Like, things that can be faked. Like you can compare yourself to Kim Kardashian's beauty if you are into making yourself, if you're in looks maxing, for example. That's bullshit because she's photoshopping and she has like 5,000 fucking pounds of Botox on her face. So what's the point? Why are we doing this? Like, it's so stupid if you think about it. You are just wasting your life comparing yourself to other people's achievements and other people's roads. Like you think the way they shaped their direction to a goal is the exact same way you should shape your direction to a goal, when that's not the case. That can't happen. You are your own entity, you are your own person, you are your own thing in the universe, you are your own matter. You cannot compare yourself to other people, because in the end you do that, let's say, but so what happens then? Then you feel depressed, then you feel horrible, and then you quit. So, speaking to myself and to anyone that is having the same problem right now, you are not better than anyone and you are not worse than anyone, okay? You are in your own path and you need to focus on input and not focus on output. That's what I'm struggling with right now, and honestly the only reason why I'm staying in this game is because I'm focusing on input. I don't care about the views, I don't care about any metrics. I care about the only metric I care about is did I put in enough work. So if you're struggling with this, grab a journal. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab my journal. I'm gonna sit outside. It's too late for a coffee, unfortunately, but I'm gonna just sit down, eat my lunch, and just think that I need focus. Just focus, okay? Again, I'm speaking to myself also, but yeah, if you are watching this and it helped you, I'm really glad, okay? Really glad I could help. So just remember, you're not better than anyone and you're not worse than anyone else, because you are in your own path. Okay, that's it. Bye bye.